We were discussing about human male reproductive system, its parts and the functions of each part. Today we will discuss the structure of female reproductive system in humans. This organ system is located in the abdominal cavity. It has a pair of ovaries, a pair of fallopian tube or oviduct, a muscular uterus, cervix and vagina. The first part is a pair of ovaries. These are bag-like structures that hold the female reproductive cells. These cells are called ovum or egg. We have two ovaries that hold many ova at various stages of development, which means some of these ova are mature ones and some are immature or smaller ones. The part next to ovaries is fallopian tube or oviduct. It carries the ovum released from ovaries to the uterus. Oviduct is structurally designed to collect the ovum released from ovaries. The end of this duct close to ovaries is funnel shaped. This facilitates it to collect the ovum released from ovaries. The next part, uterus, is a hollow muscular organ. It is commonly known as womb. The growth of a baby till birth is taking place inside this organ. Cervix is the external opening of uterus and vagina is the muscular tube leading from external opening of female reproductive system to cervix. Last year in class 7 we have studied about sexual reproduction in plants. There we understood that the pollen grains they land on stigma is carried through the pollen tube into the ovary where ovules are located. Inside the ovary they fuse with the ovules, that is fertilization take place to produce zygote. Thus, after fertilization, the ovule is changed to seed and the ovary is turned to fruit. In human beings, the pollen grains are equivalent to sperms, the male reproductive cells, and the ovules are equivalent to ovum, the female reproductive cell. So, the next step in sexual reproduction is the formation of zygote through fertilization, that is, fusion of sperm and ovum. In humans, the fertilization process is taking place inside the body of females. That is, an ovum is released from the ovary and it reaches the oviduct. Simultaneously, millions of sperms reach the same site, that is fallopian tube. The fusion of ovum and sperm, that is fertilization, is taking place inside the oviduct. Though there are millions of sperms, only one sperm fuses with the ovum to produce zygote. Zygote is a single cell. The zygote divides many times to form a multicellular body. This mass of cells moves down into uterus and get attached on its wall. This multicellular mass of cells is turned into embryo and fetus. This embryo is the early developmental stage and the embryo grows into a fetus or a baby. It is easy to identify the body parts like hand, legs, head, etc. of a fetus, but it is difficult in the case of an embryo. When the development of the fetus is completed, the mother gives birth to the baby. Have you ever thought of fishes and amphibians developing their young ones? The females of these animals lay thousands of eggs in water. These eggs are fertilized by the sperms poured over them by the males. In them, fertilization is taking place outside the female body. This type of fertilization is called external fertilization, whereas in our case, fertilization is taking place inside the female body. This type of fertilization is called internal fertilization.